mainly because his restaurant, Trinity, is just down the road, so we save on the cab fare whenever we invite him on. It's Mr. Adam BYATT. Great to have on the show, because your literary restaurant is literally down the road.
Yeah, 2 miles away, yeah.
2 miles away. So, on the menu is what?
Today we're going to cook a lemon sole dish.
Yeah.
Little one-pot wonder. Cooked in a little Le Creuset there. And we've got some mussels, leeks, samphire, and a bit of creme fraiche to finish it. We're going to make an old-school fish stock as well, which I never, ever sort of do. So I'm going to fillet. This is a lovely lemon sole. Yeah. Bite on the bone so I can make the stock. I'm just going to take the fillets off quickly.
Because obviously Dover sole being the most expensive one, it's thinner in shape, isn't it, really?
I think Dover sole's a bit prohibitive for me on the price. A beautiful fish. I mean, it's one of the best fish there is, but a bit prohibitive. And I love lemon sole. I think.
But it's probably got to be 4 times the price of one of these little things as well, isn't it, really?
Yeah. We use Torbay, we use witch soles, we use megrim soles, we use all sorts, really. Depends on the... And they are quite seasonal, so it does depend on the time of year. Now, megrim soles, they're sole that looks a little bit of anemic sort of looking colour, isn't it? It's an ugly one, yeah.
Yeah, it's not the most pretty thing in the world.
No, it's not.
But these things are bottom feeders, so you can see, if you turn the fillets over, like that, you have a dark side, which actually, it blends into the sand, and the white bit is underneath, as they sit on the bottom of the ocean.
That's it. There you go. So we'll just take that off. You can make some fish stock out of the bones, actually, James.
Now, I know Bill's interested, because you're learning all these new types of fish now you're over here.
It's quite different. It takes a while, actually. I mean,
we don't have any of that mahi-mahi or...
Yeah, hapuka or...
Ooja-booja, whatever it is.
And the fish are bigger in Australia.
Sorry?
Like this, the fish are bigger.
Yeah, well,
big, chunky fillets of things.
Yeah, size is not that important, Bill, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So these, just skinning these sole, James, just gonna get the knife under the flesh and just move the fish rather than the knife.
Right. So 4 fillets on a flat fish.
You could, of course, get your fishmonger just to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, in here, you've got the wine, you've got the water.
That's right, a bit of white wine, some water, white vegetables, so onion, celery, leeks, bay leaf, peppercorns in there.
Reminded me, a little bit of leek you want in there as well.
A bit of leek in there, please, mate.
Yeah. So, and the reason for white veg is to keep the colour? Yeah,
you don't put carrots in there, they won't cook in time, because obviously you want to cook a fish stock just for 20 minutes, James. Otherwise it goes bitter, overcooks, there's nothing left to cook after that.
And so, these you want them nice and thin, or...?
Yeah, please, on the angle, nice and thin. This is a cracking dish to make at home. And I wanted to do a dish. My mum said to me, she said, make sure it's a dish I can do at home. So don't be doing any of that chefy stuff. None of that chefy stuff.
None of that jus stuff, just give me gravy.
Yeah, that's it. She don't talk like that. Yeah. Yeah, so we roll these up like that. Yep. That's just about making sure we've got some density to the fish.
Yeah, there's a sink in the back there, yeah. So you've got the little fillets there, you've got your...
That's it. Then we're going to build this thing here. So I made this hot, but you don't have to make it hot before. I mean, a little pot. I like things like this, a little sort of casserole like this. Samphire.
How's it looking so far?
It looks great.
Yeah. Samphire? Have you ever eaten samphire?
I don't use it, no.
Yeah, it often comes pickled, though, doesn't it, samphire?
Yeah, it can do.
It's
not
called
nice,
sea asparagus, this sort of stuff.
Oh,
you can eat it raw, but it...
Pop those in there. A few mussels as well, James, nice large mussels. All this cooks together at the same time, which is fantastic. As I said, do you want to cook that fish stock?
Small asparagus, you see, Bill. Look at that. See?
That's got a kind of weird tang to it as well.
It's salty because it's basically picked along the beaches. Yeah.
Can you replace it with anything?
No.
No, it's got its own taste.
It is what it is, but
that's the recipe, Bill. That's the recipe.
Okay.
Huh? Don't start messing with it, Bill. You know what I mean?
So this fish stock wants to cook 20 minutes, James, all right? And otherwise it goes over. So we cooked some earlier. Just pop that in. Nice and hot. A little bit of butter in there. Lid on.
Nice in the oven.
Simple, straight in a really hot oven.
And that one's what? 3 minutes? 4 minutes?
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Okay.
3-4 minutes. That's all.
Right, I've got some leek here. You want me to blend this, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to make a little leek oil just to add a freshness. The whole thing's really fresh and crispy. And
a leek oil?
Yeah, which just adds to that and keeps it really fresh. So
and you do that using the green...
The really dark of the leek, just the really, really dark bit.
That's good, actually, because we only have recipes with the leeks. They always say the white part only.
Yeah.
It's a good way to use the green.
And we don't really use the green, but yeah, I'll use a little bit more of this here.
So often when you do this, you blanch it as well, though, don't you? Often when you do the...
Yeah, I don't blanch it, but you can, yeah. Yeah, you can.
Stuff like herb oil, you would blanch it a little bit. So
yeah, some of them you do.
Bit of salt to go with it. There you go.
Yeah, a little bit of salt in there, and just vegetable oil. Use a really neutral oil. Don't use olive oil or anything like that. Just a nice neutral oil.
Now, on the grapevine, I've heard that you're opening a new restaurant. Is that right?
I'm trying to, James. Yeah.
You're trying to?
I think there's a real you do that on purpose? You start that as soon as I start talking.
Yeah. Go on. Yeah.
There's a real movement towards a more sort of a simplified food in this country, and I think using the term brasserie and bistro is sort of almost wrong. But I think what we've got now is a real heritage of food, and trying to do that on a more simple, mainstream basis is what I'm trying to do. And we've located a great site, which it's all going through the motions, and hopefully that will open. So. Yeah, it feels like natural progression. We've been open 5 years now.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's going really well. I'm just going to put some salt into here.
Yeah.
The salt's important because it draws out the moisture. Yeah. It stops the leek. We want it to colour really well, but it stops it burning. So we're just going to.
Now it goes a lighter colour when you're blending it. It's just the air in the oil, isn't it? Really, this, and then it'll darken down if you leave it.
Put a bit more oil, otherwise it's going to be. I think you'll be there for a while.
Yeah. Bit boring.
Come on, you don't look very busy there.
Call this number, that's 08716 41 41 41. Calls cost 10p a minute from BT Landline. Mobiles and other networks may vary, and if you wish to put your questions to us live a little later on. And don't forget you find Adam's recipe along with all the other studio recipes from today's show at bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen. Right.
Now I'm just going to... These leeks are sort of half cooked now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put a lid on it or something to press it down. What that does, it creates a bit of steam underneath and cooks it through steam. Ideally, I'd leave that for about 15 minutes now.
You're kind of charring them. So,
yeah, cook it, colour them really well. Pop a plate on top. A little bit of butter just because you're here, just because it makes you happy. A bit of butter for some.
I don't know what you mean.
Bit of butter and leave it to sit in that pan, and the residual heat from the pan will cook that through. All right.
I've actually decided I'm not going to use butter anymore in any of my cooking.
Are you not?
No. I'm going to use dripping.
Good for the lips, not the hips.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Let's have a little look.
That's at 3 minutes bang on. There's your oil. So it will go lighter. That's the colour that you get. Perfect. And if you actually leave it, this is what you end up with. And if you leave it for, a long time, this was made yesterday. You got 3 stages, you see. That was made just now. That was made in rehearsal, and that was. If you leave it, that's what happens. You just
like a masterclass in.
Yeah, well, it basically just goes, and it goes clearer as the sediment drops. But
we make chive oil. If you remember last time I came on, actually, I made a watercress oil. Yeah. And then turned that into a mayonnaise. So we do a lot of that. Yeah, remember that. So we lift all that out. So 3 minutes. Look, you could cook this so quickly at home. Pop that.
As your mum's told you.
Exactly. Yeah. She told me I have to make sure I cook it at home. Pop that on. I want to reduce the sauce down.
I mean, salt really does. It is very, very fast anyway. Very, very fast.
Really fast, yeah. But if you think in there now is the fish stock, all the juice from the mussels which have been cooked, lovely flavour, and obviously the leeks and the samphire have sort of played their part and imparted a bit of flavour in there as well. Yeah. So you've got a really, really sort of delicious fishy stock. I just want to reduce that down quickly, so.
And then you've got this.
Slightly. Yeah, a little bit of creme fraiche in there.
Creme fraiche. You don't want double cream?
Not really.
Are you sure?
Not a big fan. I'll tell you, it's not actually to do with the fat content. It's to do with the acidity. Right. It's all about acidity for me. I think it plays a really big key in all this. So we want to add the acidity, which is creme fraiche is much better for that. So.
Now these things you've got in here as well.
It's a little bit of sea aster. Yeah, I think it just ties in really well. I just put it in ice to crisp it up a little bit, but.
What's that?
Sea aster. It's a.
See, Bill's learning as well.
I know. It's like what?
Sea aster.
I'll be charging you after this, Bill.
Yeah. So tell us what people.
Sea aster,
they've never seen it before.
Again, like samphire, grows on the beaches on the shore.
Yeah.
And it's just a sea vegetable. It's really lovely and just crisp. Adds a really nice element to it.
It's great in salads.
A lot of this is really crisp, and I think that's important. Really fresh.
Yeah.
Cooking nowadays and food nowadays is a lot fresher than it was when you and I started.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. I think it's a lovely movement, actually. Yeah. It's a lovely...
So the stock that you've got in here, the reason why you only cook it for 20 minutes, you're saying it goes bitter?
It goes bitter and overcooked. And once, after 20 minutes, there's no flavour left to take out. So you just want to cover it. We add the white wine because I think it's really nice.
White bones or salmon bones you want for this, but not oily fish like mackerel. Don't use the bones for that.
And lift these out.
Right.
I didn't wash them, which is important. There's dirt underneath, obviously, the layers. But I'm going to peel off the layers with the dirt and then use them like that. So... Here we go, look. A little bit of...
said that, yeah.
No, somebody's going to ask you why they weren't washed, but it's important to wash leeks, but actually what we do is cook them like that. If you wash them before, they wouldn't colour in the pan, you see? Okay. That's why. So we had to come up with a way to... There's just all those lovely leeks and samphire on there.
Yeah.
And then we just pop the sole around the outside like that. Really lovely. I think just rolling it up gives it a bit of density and...
That is old school, though, isn't it? I haven't done that since I was
Yeah,
at college.
really old school, yeah. That was what you would call a porpiette, James.
Yeah.
There you go. Like that. I'm sure you've cooked a few porpiettes in your time.
Porpiette when I was at college, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that, is there?
Mornay. You used to do it with the cheese sauce.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then we just take our... Another second more there.
Ready?
Take the outside of that leek off. Like so. Just pull that off. Just adds texture and another sort of... another lovely flavour to it, because you want a little bit of chard in there. It's all quite soft. Sauce. Over the top.
That's just the stock.
That's the stock reduced down, a bit of the mussel liquor, really flavoursome, huge amounts of flavour, and I'm just going to finish it with that lovely leek oil,
and then a bit of that.
Going to freshen it up. That's it.
There you go. So remind us what that is again.
So that's my lemon salt, mussels, leeks, creme fraiche, and,
with a little bit of leek oil.
Yep.
It looks stunning.
Cook at home.
Absolutely fabulous. Look at that.
It's actually on the menu at the moment, James.
It's on the menu. Oh,
yeah, it's on
another
the menu.
plug.
Yeah.
There you go. Dive into that.
That looks amazing.
Looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, but this siesta and stuff, can you? Where'd you buy it?
You can actually buy it in the supermarket.
You can get samphire in the supermarket.
Yeah. And you can buy that siesta as well.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Seen it? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The other guy that goes...
I could just see me going down to the beach or something,
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to swim,
But
picking
I
it
think
up.
if you see it and taste it now, you'll identify it if you are on the beach. And we have a guy that goes around all the beaches, picks for us and stuff.
That's lovely. Yeah. Really, it's really delicate.
Nice and simple, delicate. But like you said, that's the sole in there as well. But the most important thing with that is the cooking temperature.
Not overcooking
Yeah.
either.
It's really delicate, really... The flavour comes through rather than the fish.
Yeah.
It's great.
Nice and easy. So while let's dive in, we need some wine to go with this. We sent our wine expert Susie Atkin to Devon this week, so what did she choose to go with Adam's Super Soul?
I'm here in the grounds of beautiful Exeter Cathedral. It's not far from the shops, so I'm off to find the best wines for today's dishes. Adam, your sole and mussels really evoke a sense of the sea, and the crisp, bright nature of Sauvignon Blanc springs immediately to mind. But be careful, a very ripe New World version, something like this wine, would threaten to overwhelm the subtlety of the dish. So instead, I'm going for a blend of Sauvignon with Semillon from southwest France. And the wine I've chosen is the Grand Reserve Bergerac 2010. Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon is a classic pairing of white grapes which marries the crisp, lean top note of Sauvignon Blanc with a richer, creamier, slightly smoky depth from the Semillon. And a subtle scent there, just a bit of lime going on. Ooh, this is a clever balancing act. There's enough of a crisp tang from the Sauvignon to act like a squeeze of lemon over the sole and the mussels and those sea herbs. And yet, some slightly richer depths, and that's what's going to work with the charred leeks in particular, but also the gentleness of that wonderful creme fraiche in the sauce. So, Adam, your dish certainly has soul, and so does the wine. Cheers.
It certainly does. It's going down a treat over there. What do you reckon to the wine to go with
I
it?
like it. I have to say, James, really nice. Really citrusy, which works really well with the fattiness of it.
Yeah.
And bargain, value for money.
It is absolutely bargain. I wouldn't actually drink it on its own, but great with food, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's exactly the same. It's not for me that if I was going to drink just a glass at home, I wouldn't take that because it's a little bit sharp.
Yeah.
But with something like you've just cooked, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's great. Girls, what do you reckon?
Really nice.
Happy with
Delicious.
that? Bill?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
The wine's good. And this, I've tried a couple of new things.
Yeah, tried a couple of new things. On his menu coming up shortly. Now, you can be joining us here at the Chef's Table sometime in the series. All you have to do is write to us with your name, address, and most importantly, a daytime phone number. Our address is, as always, Saturday Kitchen, PO Box 31888 SE11 4XS. So get right and don't forget to put a stamp on your envelopes, please. Later on, Bill has a sizzling pork dish to show us. No fancy ingredients there?
No.
What is it again?
Pork with chilli and peanuts. Yeah, very, very spicy, double chilli.
A lot of chilli as well.
Yeah, a lot.
of chilli. First,